Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, you will learn how to automate your app deployments to Azure Web App using GitHub Action. With just a few configuration steps, we will set up a full CICD pipeline. So every push to GitHub triggers a deployment to the cloud. Let's see it in action using our Mentor by Karthik app. Come, let's get started. Alright, this video is part of AZ204 certification series videos, and we were building this application, right? And we are having this as a base app and doing a lot of stuff. Now, let's just to recap. In the previous video, we saw how to create a Azure Web App with understanding how exactly it works. Great. And then we also deployed the code using Visual Studio directly by logging into your own account, which is connected to the Azure. But that's not enough, right? So we need more deployment concepts as a developer in order to clear the certification. Now, for that, if you come to my channel and search for CICD, there's a video like this. Deploy your code using CICD DevOps, Azure DevOps. So Azure DevOps is basically you log into Azure DevOps like this, dev.azure.com, right, where my actual code is present. If the code is present there, in general, a lot of company, they will have their code there. You can follow this video. It will cover you every single important concepts of service principle, how to create, build pipelines, release pipelines, and then deploy to the code, like code to the Azure, right? You can follow this video. Now, just not to repeat the same thing again and again, what I thought is, let's take a look at our app which is in the GitHub repository, and we will use a GitHub Action CICD pipeline. That is what I'm going to show you today. Now let's switch back to our portal.azure.com. So this is the web app that we created based on the previous video. So what we are going to do is, to the left side, there's something called deployment. Click on deployment center. Now, in the deployment center, okay, we are going to configure the CI/CD pipeline in the GitHub repository. So you can do so by coming here, choose the source as GitHub, and organization is this because I already logged in. Okay, so you just need to connect to GitHub. In case you don't want this, it's fine, but this is one of the things that you should be aware of, how GitHub Action works, because we don't know which project where you're going to work. And in case you are interested in Azure DevOps, there's a CI/CD pipeline which I already talked about. You can watch that as well. Now, once I choose this organization, we need to choose the repository here and then the branch here. See, what happens is, the moment you choose, it already recognizes that the version that we're using is 9, and it is going to add the workflow over there. Because we choose this option, it is going to create this file under the main branch, like, because we choose main branch, so it says main underscore this file name. Okay, and if you already have a workflow, you can choose this, but like I said, you're doing it from first time, so obviously you will not have it. So choose this, and then here comes the important thing. We have disabled the basic authentication in our web app, so we will not choose this because this is not recommended approach. This will be exposing your username password outside. So definitely a no. Okay, now choose the user assigned identity. If you have seen my previous video, any of the videos related to the identity in the channel, there are identities like managed identity, user assigned identity, and system identity. User assigned identity is basically we are giving a particular privileges to the GitHub Action to come open the door for this web app and deploy the code. That is the bare minimum action or privilege we are giving it. And this user assigned identity will have a name under a particular subscription. Okay, so it will get created. Now, if you look at the preview, it will tell you how it is going to configure this. Okay, so at the moment, everything looks okay. So basically, it will have a build step. It will package it up after it builds. And for deployment, it will unzip the content, use the credential, and directly upload the content. So I'm going to click on save. It's getting saved, and these settings will be updated in the GitHub, which I will show you. So alright, so once we saved, it got triggered. If you go to this link, it'll take you to this GitHub, and under the action there's a build. Ignore the previous build that I did, and if I click this, and it says an error, the build failed actually. So it says specify a project, so it didn't able to find the project. The reason because our project is here like this, right? So it needs to find out where is this project. It just don't know where the project is based on our structure. We just need to tell them. So how do we tell it? If you go to code, if you go to GitHub workflow, that is where this YAML file will be created. This is the file which you saw there. Okay, so what we do is we edit this and we just update that. So what do we update? Let me just show you. So there is something called .NET build. You see this .NET build, and here it just don't know where it is. So we are telling, hey, this project is located under this folder under here, and for publish we are saying it is here. Other than that, I didn't do anything. I'm going to commit this change. So what will happen is, because I committed a change, it triggered a new build. So let's wait for this build to finish it and see what happens. And while this is getting built, what happens is, you should know is, if you go to settings, under the secret and variable, under action, see, you see these three things that got created. That's based on the client ID secret and tenant and subscription. So basically, so these three files are nothing but the secrets. This is how it uses to authenticate itself against the Azure login, and then once Azure authorize, it will be able to deploy the code. Okay, so remember, under settings, under secrets and variable actions, these value will be present here. Okay, and they are configured based on what we did from here. Okay, so the build progress is going on. Let's see, let's go to action. Let's take a look at this. Build is still running, but here at least, because we updated, it knows where the project is. So ideally the build is happening. It is able to find the project, so which means it will be able to find the packages it's trying to install. Build is done, 8 warnings. See, .NET publish is done. Now it's packaging up, uploading. This is all done. Build is done. Let's go to deploy now. So deploy, what will happen? Whatever it packaged and bundled, it will download, unzip it, keep it ready, authenticate with Azure. You see this? Keep it ready, authenticating with Azure based on the 3 values that I showed you, right? So it knows how to authenticate. See, attempting to log in. See, it logged in. It is able to now access our web app. It is deploying our code, and in few seconds, as we speak, the deployment will be done. And then we will go and take a look at this one. I think deployment is done. See, post login to Azure completed. Job is completed. So if you go here to overview, all what we do, we click here, goes to the site, and then say Swagger. See, in no time we were able to deploy the code, and we were able to set up the CICD pipeline. So in case if I do anything, automatically the build will trigger, the latest code will get done. But let's realistically understand, in real world this is not going to happen. They will have more step where there will be an approval going on, somebody has to approve it, it goes to different stages and all of those things, right? So all of those things I've already covered in Azure DevOps. That is how we have to cover here as well, but for learning purpose for AZ204, this is more than enough. Okay, great. And don't forget to watch that video that has more details on Azure DevOps CI/CD pipelines. And we will stop this video here. This will be part of here. If you come to this study guide, so in the previous video we covered this. We also covered how to deploy using manually Visual Studio, and now we have covered CI/CD for GitHub Action, and we already have a video on Azure DevOps. So in the next video we will target other options here like the diagnostic logging. In the next video we will be targeting more options amount. In the next video, we'll be targeting this and this, which is also part of this AZ204. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section, and stay tuned. Get succeeded in career by finishing this certification. Keep watching. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!